What's up everyone, it's Ambor's new video, and today I will be talking about open gate option in lumix cameras, but not just lumix cameras nowadays. I think also Nikon has it at the 8, and I don't know if any other brand actually still started using it, but I heard some rumors about Canon. I didn't hear anything about Sony. Anyway, I would like to talk about how important or how inspirational instrument or making your work easier instrument this might be. And if you're just like curious like why I'm having this in my hands instead of the normal like wireless mic, two reasons. First of all, I'm shooting on 50mm lens now and I'm far away, so I'm using this as a microphone so you can hear me without the echo, hopefully. And the second option is like I'm not that wealthy, I want this to be my income also a little bit, and I need to think afford first, and I'm not jumping into all the conclusions just because they are popular, because I have solutions. And this I'm saying for a good reasons, because if you have a solution, then you can do things. There is nothing like you cannot do stuff when you already have instruments how to do it. But you can have also other instruments which makes your life easier or makes your approach differently. But there is always a solution. So there is nothing you really desperately need actually, because even if I don't have a microphone, I will just take this camera and I will talk to its mic. Anyway, open gate. I'm shooting to it right now. Actually, I'm shooting most of my videos in open gate 6K 25p here on Panasonic, now on Lumix S1 2E. If you didn't see the review, do it now. I think it's nice. I have all the reviews for S1 line already on my channel, and in most of them I was using open gate or 6K options in shooting, but I'm using open gate shooting also for the client work if they want some reels shooting, and I did quite a lot recently, some for the personal usage on reels from some events and some for the companies. And in this case I really would like to talk about the campaign video or little campaign video I did for Marks and Spencer Czech Republic with the ambassador of UK in here, Matfield, which I completely shot in open gate, but it was supposed to be the reel from the concept from the beginning till the end. It was inspired by Wes Anderson's movie a little bit, also with the color grading, which I tried to get a little bit closer. Of course I need to have this all accepted by Marks and Spencer's representatives, which I did, and it's already on their social media, but of course you can see it also in here, the result. The reason why I was using open gate in this case are plenty. First of all, flexibility. It gives you the flexibility because even though Matfield is an amazing actor or he has an amazing acting talent, he's not a professional actor, he's a professional ambassador, so it's a little bit different thing. And of course, when we had a limited time, something like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, we are not able to really direct everything, compose everything perfectly, explain everything perfectly, and not to waste time, because I think this is the most important part of it. You are not supposed to waste time, and you need to do some things perfectly to work, even though if you're not using them afterwards, because it's still real, you need to shoot a little bit more in case something won't really work perfectly or it won't be possible to shoot, which happened also in this case. So there are a few scenes which we didn't use, but you can see them now. So why I've chosen the flexibility first. So I cannot compose matte all the time perfectly, but because I have a crazy space as a slider, basically I can compose them almost anywhere, or I can give the area more space and then I play with it, that I can play with it afterwards. What I then also can do is to focus more on directing and the feeling than just the classical composition. So I'm able directing and shooting at the same time without losing an element of not having something really perfectly how I want. I also have more flexibility because it gives me the sliding option, which if you shoot vertically, you need to do it by the camera. You basically need to really follow the scene. In here, you need to follow the content. And of course, I'm not saying shooting vertically is a wrong thing. I'm just telling you what kind of amazing advantage is to shoot open gate. Other advantage is that you just don't have footage for the reels, but if you want, you can creatively choose another formats to fill in and then offer it to client, or you can play with it like this on YouTube. You can have an extra content and whatsoever. Or the other thing what you can do with open gate shooting, if you're shooting for both, you can do it at the same time on one go and it's the same footage, so you don't have two different footages. And this is especially vital if you're shooting with somebody who's, again, not a professional actor and someone you cannot scream at. Also somebody you don't have time, like there is limited time for many various logical reasons also. So this is the flexibility option number one nowadays. You don't lose quality. Of course, if you shoot open gate vertically or if you shoot 4K vertically, you will have a little bit better picture visually, a little bit. But if you already shoot 6K or on S1 R2, you can shoot 8K, you're losing nothing. And it gives you completely different variety of how can you push in and what can you do with the picture. So in my opinion, those are the instruments of nowadays how to do social media content with additional possibilities of shooting and being extremely effective, because it makes your life simply easier. The only thing which I think it can be a disadvantage, and when I was talking with some people, it's a little bit disadvantage, is when you're not also editing the content. If you shoot it and somebody else is editing it and you're even not able to be behind this person's back to tell exactly what you want, then the vision can change. So if you're not the one who's editing the content you shot or you directed, so you were part of it, it can be harder. So then it might be a much more vital to shoot it like exactly vertically, exactly framed as you want, because you know that the editor will just do exactly what you need, because there is no other options for him or her to make a difference in the feeling of the footage. On the other hand, if you're working in a team which already knows what you want, if the brief is good, if you feel the person, if the team is feeling it like itself somehow, like its members, you know how this works anyway. It can be also vital because it can give some more creative options also for those editors to do the content even better than you thought, because if you shoot it only one way, it's a big limitation, which is nothing wrong. It's okay, it's all right, but it's still a limitation. And that's it. So write me in the comments below if this inspired you, if you understand OpenGate a little bit more, how it really can increase, because I know that you always saw how people are shrinking this in this kind of a video, but I don't know if you ever feel or ever saw the reality, how it was shot and what is the real outcome of it. Now you did. I hope it inspired you, that it gives you some questions or answers. Write in the comments below what do you think about this video, about this talk. It will be also very helpful for me as a feedback, and you can buy me a coffee to support this channel and me so I can afford those mics, and that's it. Buy my presets on my Buy Me a Coffee. Also read some articles I have there for you, also inspirational in 3 languages, of course including English, so no worries. And see you there or see you here. Thank you for watching. Bye.